Hello, galactic travelers, cosmic crew. What's happening? November 10th, 2018, 11:10, 11. And the countdown continues. Hoot, hoot. Woke up this morning with a complete diagram of the Fibonacci sequence of creation through the mathematics and explaining dimensional time travel and the completion of creation and how that equates back to our ascension process, right? So, I've been looking at stuff and it's all matching up to even the meditation visions and things that I've had that I still haven't had time to get that information out to you guys. Right here, real quick, I want to ask the Coco crew if you resonate to get a StarSeedology reading, then please reach out to me at coco@cosmicchristy.com. These sessions are full activations. They're divinely timed. There's a reason that our crew is as large as it is right now. There's a reason that you're reaching out to me, and I can't even describe how divine every single one of the StarSeedology readings that I have had, which the next one will be my 80th. Each one of you has brought in and is connecting pieces now. And in fact, a lot of the more future timeline beings are in contact with me now. It's completely shift from the past to the present. It's all been divinely guided. And it's also divinely supporting me. Because on my journey, I've really had to be humbled. And you guys don't know my whole story, but the long and short of it is, for the past year and a half, my whole existence has been dedicated to the process of purifying myself and not attaching to 3D constructs in order to support myself. I had to completely believe and have faith. Right now, I'm very aware that this next step, I need support. I can't do this alone. This was my major lesson whenever I lost my company in this lifetime. I cannot do this alone. And so I do not want, if you resonate to get a starseed reading, please do, because these prices are going to go up just because what we're developing is for the masses. And what we're developing now with the shirt line, with Be Coco Chi, which is the website that's now back being developed, is a new system for all of us to use outside of Vimeo, Patreon, YouTube, all these things, okay, that are spreading out our energy everywhere. It's a construct. It's still spreading out our energy. We need one place to go to support one another, and we're bridging this gap where in this timeline where it's the energy is in the money. But since we're bridging it, we still do have to have some funds. So I have really fought hard over this, setting up a Patreon, setting up a Vimeo account, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it for the purposes of right now, because we have a plan. Our creation is already set up. We're just bridging the gap. And we don't need a monthly reoccurring ching coming in. And we definitely don't need another place to put information that now we're driving our audiences somewhere else, and it's not about us, right? So I'm putting a PayPal me down here in the description and on the screen right now. I'm asking for donations. If this information helps you, even if it's $1, guys. Well, if it's $1, PayPal's going to take their cut. $2. We just need a little bit in order. The more that we can get right now, then what's going to happen is there's going to be more shirts and more. The website will come along a little faster. Everything, because that energy. Are you supporting us? All these things are being developed for us. I hope you guys see that. I really don't feel the need to prove it. These videos and things take hours to put together, sometimes 8 or 9 hours, and then, you know, we're balancing out time. Then it's, okay, I've got to get this information to all of you guys, because that's what my heart is saying. But in the background, I'm like, ugh, but I've got to do XYZ session in order to get that out. And I have to have that in order to pay my electric, right? So you guys understand. And this is why I'm in this situation right meow. And even some of the StarSeedology coaching sessions are turning into more business focused, because it is a different way of thinking about things. And so donations, PayPal me at Cosmic Coco, and just send me whatever you resonate to send. And just know that that is just, and if we need a little more, then I'll tell you what it's for. But right now we're gonna have shirts out for you guys. I'm deciding right now on which ones to do. There's so many, just to spread the knowledge and give talking points and to represent ourselves as the Coco ground crew, and to bring everyone in the masses, spread the word, so that each one of you are the Coco, so that energy just keeps funneling. And the same as money. If you resonate to give a $9 donation on a live, then please do so. I do this sometimes, and I really feel in my 3D that I don't have the money to do it. But that's just that old construct that we're working out of, because that is, right now we're supposed to be funneling what the energy. If we hoard the energy, then we're not bringing it back in. And I'm not saying it just for me, I'm saying this period, because this is a construct that I've had to break out of, because I was in bankruptcy in this lifetime, and in chapter 13 bankruptcy, not the one where you get to just wipe it off. I eventually got there, and we won't even go into that system, because there's a reason that happened. There's many reasons that happened in my life, right? One is so I could understand. Number two is because from the depths of that, which was a programming that makes you in complete lack, that is where my brain has had to come out of in the past 4 or 5 years, since 2012. So I understand, and I'm very humbled to ask for support right now, and I will only ask for support when it is needed, because the true energy that the Coco I want waving back and forth in all of our projects is for all of us, not for me directly. But right now I'm asking for a little support. Okay, so I pushed pause because I was going to go off on something else, but I think this is where we need to stay right now. Because as I was saying all of those things, then, you know, even the sequence of the timelines and things is starting to come over me. And I'm making some big connections right now. So flow with me. The long and short of it is, for the right now, because we could talk about all these details in the math forever and ever. But when that energy shifted in 2012, that is when complete chaos took over in our lives. Because that energy came up and it came and was filtering through our fields. It was releasing the low frequency energies, whatever's in our DNA, which a lot of us was the original alpha draconic, right? Or the original etheric, the very polarity of either one, because we're all twins of the 144. 2012, from 2012 till now, the long and the short of it is, we got a giant freaking do-over. Do-over. I call do-over. We call do-over. And I've been talking about this in the StarSeedology Sessions, that if you really think about it, even up till a week ago, which 10/29, and now I've gone back and I've tracked that I had this date 10/29 written down back in May, tracking the timelines with the new moons and the moons through the dimensionality of the original Cosmic Christie symbol, which is a divine symbol that represents transcendence with the hyperstar with Sirius around it. Seriously? No, Sirius B. So we got a giant do-over. All the lessons that we learned from 2012 till now are a major part of the experience that is the true experience, that is the mirror of the true experience. The positive side. What we got since 2012 is everything that we thought that could come at us in a 3D construct that could stop us did. Period. And it was some heavy crap. Woo! Lottie, Lottie, Lottie. Holy, 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 hallelujah. Ding, Gina. See, and this got me thinking this way whenever I was thinking about my experience, because that's the only one that I can share. But our experiences are so important for all, because now we're in the collective consciousness. So innately, those feelings of fear or question that you have now firing in your brain is because we are collecting the experiences of our entire seed lineage. All of it. So when we look back at timelines, you know, all the way back to 300 BCE, which was where I was today. It's because that's the origination point of this entire creation of this universe. It's mind-blowing. And I'm guided right now because what I've been being shown is from a full cycle perspective. You guys, we have no idea the historic events that are being recorded in this now moment. This is just starting. This cycle is going to go on. This is just starting. We're waking up. This is just starting. meaning these are imprints. We're coming out of a wheel. Each click, it's like we're getting in the geometry. We're coming out of the wheel. And today, the moon is in the galactic center. Intuition Goddess, O negatives, her entire group that I've done, her entire family on StarSeedology readings, and her entire group of physical beings that are around her. She's now been able to look at, because she saw her chart and understood it immediately, almost, I mean, pretty damn close. She was able to start reading other people's charts around her, and she's O negative. They're all have 0-degree planets, which means that's kings and queens over timeline, but they all had Ophiuchus. And guys, there's not very many Ophiuchus starseeds here. And she was the O negative. This is, and her whole team has a planet. At least her and her ones directly around her. So I think there's at least 3 of them that all stem from her original template, which is basically, she is the future version of the seed template I brought in. It's crazy. Well, they have planets in the galactic center. I can't remember which ones, but that was so interesting, because it was obvious that that when it went through the galactic center, which is 2 million miles of a black hole, which is basically the projector rewrite zone. Whatever energy has been built up to the point when that luminary body or planet goes into the galactic center, then all that energy from the universe, low or high or balanced, then gets written into that luminary or planet. It's like 0 point in the zodiac. And it's 26 to 27 degrees Sagittarius. So when we had the precession of the equinoxes since it kicked off Lionsgate 2017. But since then, every single, not every single one of them, because we still got some more, but we rewrote Pluto, we rewrote the Sun, we rewrote Venus, we rewrote Saturn. That was the big one. That was like the first big one, right? I mean, this is the precession of the equinoxes. This is how we're shifting and pulling our energy as the masses, if you will, from the bottom. If you think about it from a sphere, at the bottom, it's like the gas is building, and now it's building to the perfect numerical sequence where now it's like we're locking in to this grid in this dimension, our energy, and it's shifting and opening up and shifting and opening up and shifting and opening up. And we have to come out first, so that then we can go to that polar opposite side of the empty egg, or to the center of the second half of the shell, because that's what it is. We're connecting those two nucleus points at the middle are connected now. It is complete. So we're making this original shift so that the rest of the humanity then now is going to shift so much easier. And this cycle is going to go on for quite a while. But the moon is in the galactic center today. And I've talked about this on the last video, and as soon as I can, I'll get these meditations done. And I also believe that they're not going out yet. These are the meditations and the visions that locked in the sun through Mercury and connected the Antares galactic seed energy, and then that's what triggered that earthquake that we had on the Arctic pole. And so anyway, I have those recorded and I'll get them out. But the reason I'm talking about this right now is because the moon, and if you remember back to the Ark of the Covenant video when we're talking about the galactic human, the last video I did like this when we just completed the Ark of the Covenant. On the 6th is whenever the divine feminine energy chart linked in with the Antarctica circle, right? And those energies, and all the stargates opened up within our field. We were complete. We're getting all the energy, and we even were guided, okay? So all that energy has been funneling through the cocoa, okay, and charging the moon. And it's getting the rewrite of that today, right now. So tomorrow is whenever, yes, this is when this is going to, when it goes out of 27 degrees, and I'm not sure what time it is because the moon moves fast. It's a 2.5 day cycle that it moves through a house. So it's going to be moving in straight into Capricorn, right? And Capricorn's that is the structure, and that is like the 3D matrix. So yes, we're going to have a POW, and understand though that the fullness of what is happening right now, from a 100% manifested into the reality, and I'm talking about all humankind, the whole planet, is going to be closer to like 2024. So see, this is a 7-year tribulation. This is the 7 years. I'm not exactly sure if it started last year or this year, but the thing is, our years are off because January isn't the first of the year. It's June, okay? So it's off, the calendar's off from the universal thing, but we had to wake up at the beginning to create the new, and it's trickling down, and we're having these huge imprints, and February is going to be another huge mongoose one, okay? But I want to make sure everyone understands it, because it does feel like such a hurry up, because we do, we are making these connections. But please know that what I have known about, my chart, which is the divine feminine energy chart, I mean, please, if you want to argue with me, let's argue about it and get it over with, because it is, and it's hard for me to understand, which is why I act like this, because my ego pops up and goes, that's just crazy. So that's just me having a conversation with myself. Hoot hoot. But when you go to your progress chart, okay, because your progress chart, instead of choosing natal chart, choose your progress chart. That's going to tell you where your energy is right now. I showed you the progress chart, divine feminine, on that galactic human video 2 or 3 ago. Mercury typically, is getting ready to go retrograde again. And it's going retrograde on the 16th, the same day, 11/16, the same day that Venus goes direct. And it's going retrograde at 27 degrees Scorpio, which 27 degrees Scorpio is like the Apollonian starseeds. It's the Amazons, right? I mean, this is linked to a lot of us on the Orion side, because we were the polarity of the dark, the white Draco, right? I mean, those were all timelines of that seed. which is all in our DNA now. It's all part of who we all were in a non-blended way. So it's going to go retrograde on that 27-degree Scorpio again. Well, this reminded me of the progressed chart of the Divine Feminine. And what was interesting about the progressed charts, Mercury goes retro really fast. Like, it's only going to be retrograde, you know, it's a fast-moving planet, the quickest one. So it's going to go retro, you know, it goes back and forth really fast. I mean, December 6th is when it's going to go direct. So see, not even a month. Whereas some of these other planets are retrograde for maybe 2 months, 3 months. Well, in the Divine Feminine progressed chart, our Mercury went retrograde in 2011. At 12 degrees Sagittarius. And it does not go direct again. Okay, Mercury's a fast-moving planet. It normally goes retrograde, you know, a month, maybe 2 or 3 months. Maru said she'd never seen anything like it. Our Mercury goes retrograde in 2011 at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. It slowly goes back. We got to Antares at 2017. 2019, we're at 7 degrees Sagittarius. And in 2024, we're at 0 degrees of Sagittarius, which is the imprint that's happening right now. It keeps going back, and it stops on 26 degrees of Scorpio. I don't know if I wrote all that. There it is. 26 degrees of Scorpio. It gets to 26 degrees of Scorpio in 2028. And it stays. Our Mercury stays at 26 degrees Scorpio from 2028 to 2032. It goes from 48 minutes, goes backwards slowly by 10 minutes a year. I mean, and in 2032, it's going to be at 25 minutes and 25 seconds, and it will go direct in 2032. So our Mercury is going to be going retrograde for 25 years. 7. Hoot, hoot. So yeah. We've got housework and stuff going on here. I mean, everything's just nuts. Okay, so I'm back. If you haven't learned, listen all the way to the end of Cosmic Christie videos from the Coco, because these just unfold as I go. I was wrong, okay? I did the math. 2032 minus 2011 is actually 21 years, which is 777, okay? 3 cycles of 7. And then my consciousness drew me back to the chart to look at the 7s. And I have on December 2027 is when Scorpio is going to be at 27 degrees Scorpio at 22 minutes and 30 seconds. What? I just connected that. Oh my God. Okay, so that's 22727. That's 299. And 99, that's the second wave, that second huge, I don't know what that means yet, okay? I don't know what that means yet, but the 9 is a completion. And 2727, that's an Isis code, and it's at 22 degrees, which 22, divine feminine, and that's 30 seconds even. Okay, whoa. And that's what the moon is getting imprinted now. That's 9 years from now. Yes. So don't get discouraged. I'm just showing you the waves because it's important right now that everyone realize that if you're waiting for everyone to catch up with you, it's not going to happen. If you're waiting for everyone to catch up with you, for you to start changing the way you're doing things, it's not going to happen because you are creating it for everyone else to get there. And this is a message for me too. Because when we look at, so that's, and then we are at that degree, and this degree is getting imprinted at a core level for the final cycle, for like, this is it, people. You know, by this time, this is whenever, yes, we're not going to be in this same situation we're in right now by any means. It's progressively going to get better for us because that's what we're focusing on. For other people that are not attaching to the new, it's going to get progressively worse. And then in 2027 to 2032, gosh, this is when I got to do the math. So I don't, 27 minus 32. So then that for 5 years, the divine feminine Mercury is going to hold strong at 26 degrees until December 2000. Actually it's June 2032 at 26 degrees of Scorpio, 19 minutes, 12 seconds. 191, Ara. And then 9 and 2 is 1 1. So 1912 is 1111. Oh my God. June 2032. That's kind of when, if you will, what I'm hearing is the gates close. That's when there will no longer be a choice for the unconscious. And over the past 2 or 3 days, that's just, my visions kept taking me to the pillars of Ma'at. It was like I always had a right pillar and a left pillar, and I found this with Egyptian timelines, which at night when I'm dreaming and I wake up and I'm just these pillars, and they're like the angelic pillars that we're walking through. Like we've come out the Ark of the Covenant. But we're small. We're looking up. We see those angel wings, and we're walking through. We're holding this open, and it's slowly going to be trickling in. And this is just Mercury. This is just the thought process, you know. And this is just we're holding the divine feminine. We're not allowing it to go across the wheel. We're not allowing it to go anywhere backwards from a thought process perspective, from the cocoa. No, they are staying in Sagittarius, and they are staying in Master Decan Scorpio, because we're giving their thought process is tuned in divinely to the human genome, where this is where you have to stay, because this is the part of evolution that you will ascend and get every opportunity to. no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. And we have to release the judgment to realize that, because you have to release the judgment in order to get to this side. So see? Whoo, lottie, 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 lottie. Okay. I call in the highest timeline of all dimensions of all space and time in this now. And so it is. Don't forget, StarSeedology readings, look below, and to spread energy through the cocoa, to get this baby started. If you can plant a seed of energy, of bolts, send some chi, send some ching, whatever you can, and we will have additional conversations on YouTube channels and contracts, because trust me, it's a little construct trap. So I think $15 is what I've made so far, and it's a battle in order to get that, because it's an old construct. Okay, so just squashing any perception that may exist.